Hey, Mark and Monica back again. We're traveling the world full time, and we've been doing this since March 2023. We spend a lot of time on cruise ships. It's one of our favorite forms of transportation. One of our favorite cruise lines is Azamara, and it's been very popular for all of you listening as well. So, what we thought we would do today is bring together some of their most unique destinations, hidden gems, and incredible deals on Azamara for 2025 and 2026. So, let's get to the deals. All right. Are you ready for your first deal, Monica?
Yes, definitely. The first one is an exotic cruise. Now, we've mentioned we take a lot of cruises, but our all-time favorite type of vacation is safari. So this is like a dream cruise because it combines an exotic cruise with a safari. This one is a 21-night Western Africa cruise. It goes down the coast of West Africa, hitting some really cool ports. Azamara's small ship lets them get into all kinds of small ports. It's very exotic. And then you end up in Cape Town, South Africa, the mother city. So that's a fantastic place to spend a few days. And then it's just a quick flight over to Johannesburg and Kruger National Park.
What's convenient about this is this leaves out of Lisbon. So it's really easy to get to Lisbon. In fact, you can start your trip with a nice vacation in Portugal and then hop on the Azamara ship. And like Monica mentioned, sail down and get really cool stops in Africa, including Namibia, which is a place we haven't been. We would love to get to. And you've got some multi-day stops there as well. You can see there's a 2-day stop. You've really got multiple different trips going here, but check out the pricing. Azamara is small ship cruising. And we're going to talk about a bit more of the advantages in a moment. But for an ocean view cabin for two people, all in, under $300 per night. Balcony, just $410. And that covers really everything, your transportation, your food. It includes beer and wine, basic cocktails. It also includes gratuities, and you may even be able to get some onboard credit as well. So think about just booking a hotel room, right? What's that going to cost a night? Typically $300 to $500 a night. This is everything for two people, all of that included. So this is certainly a great way to start. This one leaves out later in 2025. So plenty of time to plan. And then you can also plan an amazing safari, like Monica mentioned.
Yeah, in fact, it's three of our favorite things because it also includes Lisbon. Wow.
All right, let's jump into the next deal on Azamara. This is another one of their ships, the Azamara Quest. We've actually been on 3 of the 4 Azamara ships. They're all very similar overall. I'll put some links down below because we did some coverage of Azamara, what makes them special, small ship cruising. We've done some reviews of some of the Azamara cruises we've been on. So all those links will be down below. But this one's really neat because this is called the Ultimate Caribbean Discovery. This is a 13-night Eastern Caribbean voyage. Super easy because it leaves out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and does a round trip from there. You all can get to San Juan really easy. We suggest a couple days in San Juan. It's worth exploring before you go and hop on your cruise ship. You get some really nice and more off the beaten track stops that you don't always get on the bigger cruise ships. You got Virgin Gorda, Antigua, Martinique, St. Vincent, Grenada.
A lot of very cool exotic ports. Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin.
Even Barbados for 2 days, which is nice. So our Azamara is known for overnights and longer stays in port. That's one of the big advantages. Number one, you've got 650 passengers tops, typically. So it's going to be super easy on and off these ships. You're not going to have those humongous lines you might run into in the Caribbean on the really big ships. We love big ship cruising. We have others in our channel where we review them and show you on Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. There's something special about going to a destination-driven cruise, and that is what Azamara does best. Their inside cabins, $306 for 2 people inclusive. Ocean view, $417, and a balcony still under $500 per night. Now, the pricing in general on Azamara will be higher than your most inexpensive cruises on Princess or Norwegian or Royal, but you're getting a lot. This includes your gratuities, of course, your cruise. It includes your beverages. That can be really expensive. On a Royal Caribbean ship or a Celebrity ship, you can spend almost $200 a day on just alcoholic beverages. Again, remember how much is included in these cruise fares.
I would imagine small ships are just perfect for the Caribbean.
We've been on at least 4 Azamara cruises. Which ones have we done?
We've done Ireland intensive. We've done a Japan intensive, which was awesome. We did Israel and Egypt, and then we did one from Portugal, Spain.
I think that was like the Spain intensive. And then we have another one booked in 2025 where we're going to some really interesting islands of Europe. We're really looking forward to that one as well. So
That's
we're
right.
definitely big fans. But again, that small ship experience, you can see all the inclusive amenities on the screen. They got some really neat events on board. They have amazing evenings where they bring cultural events on board. They have their deck barbecues, their white night parties. So it's really a great experience overall. And I always say, you're not really going for the ship. It's comfortable. It's nice. It's casual luxury.
As we mentioned, some of the things that make Azamara special small ships are able to access unique ports. So you get to see a lot of ports that you don't normally get to see on cruise ships. Longer stays, there's usually at least one or two overnights in a port on their itineraries. Exclusive events, destination celebrations, and things like that make it a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's been times that we've sailed on Azamara and we've literally sailed right up like a river cruise almost into the heart of the town. Like when we were in Dublin, we were right in Dublin. When we were in Seville in Spain, we were right there.
Seville was very cool because normally ships stop in Cadiz and you had to take a car to get to Seville. We went right up the river through multiple locks. Very cool.
If you want to learn a lot more about traveling the world on a budget, we've got a free download. You can use the QR on the screen. Just take your smartphone and take a shot of that, go to that site, and you'll be able to download that, or you can use the link that's on the screen. We put together some of our best tips, not just cruising, whether it's hotels and air, all kinds of great advice on how to save money. Or if you're a budget traveler or luxury traveler, we've got advice for you. And also, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like the video. That helps so much. Other people will discover it that way. Please subscribe to the channel. You just hit that little subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps other people discover this channel as well.
So here's an Azamara cruise that's focused on wine and culture in Europe. It's magnificent. So this is a 16-night adventure that starts in London and ends in Barcelona. It goes down the coast of France, stopping in Bordeaux and other places, going to Bilbao in Spain, which is a really cool place, and then down to Portugal. You stop in Porto, Lisbon, then go around the corner to Seville, Barcelona, Malaga, and even Spanish Morocco. So what a neat itinerary this one is.
This one's really cool. When we saw this one, we're like, ooh, very tempting. We have some plans in June 2025, but this one was pretty neat. What's really cool about this is you actually get to spend 3 days in Lisbon and a couple nights. In Seville, you've got an overnight, which is really great. So you've got 2 different days that you can explore there. And even Bordeaux, you've got 2 days as well. So you'll overnight multiple different locations, which really makes it special. And then I like how convenient it is because you're going out of the port outside of London and you're arriving in Barcelona. So from there, you can head on home or you can explore some more. Barcelona is an amazing city to spend some time in as well. And once again, for casual luxury, all inclusive, when you think about it, your inside is under $400 for 2 people per night, ocean view under $500, and balcony $636. And remember, you can really keep it almost to this price, but a lot of these stops, you don't really need any type of exotic short excursion. A lot of times you can do it on your own. You can easily explore Lisbon on your own. And we'll put some links down below on ways that we take advantage of AI, artificial intelligence, to help us plan amazing days without spending a lot of extra money.
What's really nice about the itinerary is a lot of times you have one day in the town when you're on a cruise, and that's not really enough time to see it. But 2, 3 days, that's enough time to see some of these cities, at least to get that first good look.
Yeah, and this one's on the Azamara Onward. We've been on this ship twice, and you can see life on board Azamara. These are just a few pictures. The one down at the bottom is the White Night Party. The one at the top is one of their Amazing evenings, and then the really nice dining room. The food quality is very good on Azamara overall. There's 2 specialty restaurants. One is a Mediterranean fish restaurant, and the other is the steakhouse experience. But the main dining is excellent. There's also the typical buffet. The menus change every single evening. You'll really enjoy that and all the special events. And again, never really any lines. All right, so the next one here is what I call the sampler. If you've never been on Azamara before, you're not sure you're ready to commit to a lot of nights. This one's kind of nice because it's on the Azamara Journey, another ship that we've been on. This is just an 8-night cruise, but it still is a really neat itinerary. It's Italy and Spain. You depart out of Nice, which is one of our favorite cities in the south of France. You can get to Nice, spend a couple days there as well. You'll really enjoy it. Then hop on the boat in Nice, sail over to Barcelona. And you can see your stops there as well. You get Santa Margherita, Porto Venere, Florence. So you can, of course, enjoy that as well. And you get an overnight there. Cajon, Menorca, Palma de Mallorca, which is really nice. We were just there recently. So some really smaller stops as well as a few bigger ones makes this one very unique. Once again, you can see the pricing there. You can get under $500 a night for both of you. If you do inside or ocean view, if you want that balcony cabin, it's $622. But again, always think about the value you're getting when it comes to cruising. And we really tried to focus on cruises with Azamara that have some of the better deals right now. There's many options, over $1,000 for a couple per night. But I'm giving you, I think, what are some of the best values with the most interesting itineraries. We did a lot of research to come up with these. This one, by the way, is June 2026. So you got a lot of time to plan for this one, but still beat the whole summer rush by just coming out of spring. So I think this will be a really nice time.
If you got a little more time, you can bookend it with a vacation in the south of France and a little time in Barcelona.
A few things to consider before booking on Azamara. We always like to tell people, These are refurbished ships. They're called Renaissance class ships. They come from another cruise line that Azamara purchased. Azamara at one point was owned by Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. So they really established themselves under the Royal Caribbean banner. The Royal does everything really well. So that's how they got their start. They're now independently owned. They take these ships and redo them. They're updated. You'll find it very modern overall. The rooms are going to be modern. The rooms tend to be a little smaller. Older cruise ships have smaller cabins. The bathrooms are a little bit smaller. They're very comfortable. The beds are great, but just don't have the same expectation as a ship that launched in 2024. It's going to be a little bit different that way. It is more of a premium experience. You are paying a little bit higher price for that, but it's very inclusive and very comfortable luxury. We don't like stuffy ships and stuffy passengers. We've never experienced that with Azamara. We find the crew to be really nice, really friendly, and the travelers are typically well-traveled, many times from all over, not necessarily just from the US. You'll have travelers from throughout Europe, Asia, etc.
Speaking of Portugal, this is a really fantastic itinerary, especially if you love the sun and love islands. So this one goes out of Lisbon, departing in March 2026, and it comes back into Lisbon. But in the meantime, you're going to hit island after island and sunny spot after sunny spot, starting with Madeira, the Garden Isle in Portugal. And then you go there from there to a variety of different islands of Spain, of the Canary Islands like Tenerife, Lanzarote, the Grand Canary, and before going back towards Morocco, hitting a few ports there, including amazing Casablanca. And then you'll hit Gibraltar, which is extremely unique and worth a visit. And then Seville, a few days there, as we mentioned before, so you can see all that beautiful place has to offer.
Yeah, this one's on the Azamara journey, so it's an excellent ship. We've been on this one as well. And you've got 3 different overnights, which is really unique, and that's unique to Azamara to get those long stays in port. On a lot of these days, you'll spend later hours, as well as 3 different overnights to spend more time, which is perfect. Once again, the pricing is excellent. You can get an inside for well under $500 for both of you, and even balcony cabins for $667, and pretty much mostly inclusive that you're going to need. Now, one thing that we always say when you book in general to get the best overall deal on Azamara, since there's really no reason to pay more, even if it is luxury, why pay more? Book early. You'll get your best cabin. You'll get your cabin choice. And I really find the better deals. If it's before final payment and the pricing goes down, you can always work with your travel agent or Azamara to get that price matched. But in the meantime, I always say get it booked, because many times I see the prices actually go up in most cases. In addition, down below, we're going to give you our special referral link. If you do book directly with Azamara and you use our referral link, we would really appreciate it. Plus, you'll also get a $200 gift card from Azamara as well, on top of all the savings that they offer. So if you wouldn't mind, use that link down below. We would appreciate it. And definitely join their loyalty program, because you get some really nice perks pretty quick with Azamara. And we always suggest you book on board your next cruise. If you're enjoying the one that you book the next one, because they'll give you onboard only discounts. You can always move that booking to your travel agent after you get off the ship. That's no problem. So if your travel agent gives you extras, you can combine that with what they give you on board. In addition, the loyalty program, as you move up through it, you get some really nice discounts on every cruise. Plus, you earn free nights. In fact, the one that we have coming up later in 2025, about 2/3 of that cruise for us was free, because we had earned a number of free nights that we applied towards that cruise. Another thing we want to give you advice on are short excursions. Like, you can find a great deal on a cruise on any cruise line, and then you can rack up some serious expenses when you start booking expensive short excursions. Sometimes they are necessary to book directly through the cruise ship, but realize you've got other options. So we always say consider Viator, get your guide. We'll put some links down below as well, how to find some of those. And many times they're smaller group and quite a bit cheaper. We sometimes save 25 to 50%. In addition, use artificial intelligence, use ChatGPT, use AI. We have a video, which we'll link down below, where we show you how you can really plan your perfect day in many of these ports. And many times you don't need the expensive short excursions. And then if you do need to book a short excursion, you're just more comfortable in a certain port and you book it through like Azamara, use your onboard credit. When you start to book right now, there's some really great deals going on. Many times they're going to give you some onboard credit that you can use immediately. You don't have to wait till you're on the ship, and go ahead and use that towards the short excursions.
We have one last really awesome itinerary for you. So this one is Azamara Pursuit, which we took in Japan. This one is in Asia, and it goes out of Kobe/Osaka, Japan in May 2025, and it ends up in Singapore, which is in a really amazing place. If you've never been there before, you definitely want to plan a few days at the end of this cruise to go there. Just starts in Japan. You have a few stops in China, like Taipei, Hong Kong, which is another fabulous big city, and then 3 stops in Vietnam before ending up in Singapore.
Yeah, we like kind of these type of itineraries because you get to really wrap multiple different trips into one.
Mm.
The ability to start in Japan, to end up in Singapore, in between to get to go to Hong Kong and to get to go to Vietnam. Pretty amazing. And do it in a small ship. So even though you're going to big cities, a lot of times you're going to probably be parked much closer than the large ships.
Mhm.
And it's going to be really easy to go on and off the ship. Once again, really good value. In fact, a balcony just over $500 for both of you per night, mostly inclusive, and an ocean view 418, and even the inside all the way down to just a little bit over $300. So really a great deal.
And you may not be that familiar with Kobe, but it is not that far from Tokyo. So it's pretty easy to get to, and Singapore also easy to get in and out of.
Yeah, and Singapore is worth for sure a few days to discover. It's an amazing modern city. Those are our amazing offers on Azamara. We really found you, I think, 6 incredibly unique itineraries with some hidden gems. And I'm telling you, from looking at hundreds of different Azamara cruises, these are some of the best deals right now that you can find on Azamara in 2025 and 2026. So a few things, a few favors. Number one, thumbs up if you don't mind on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot. And in the comments, we would love to hear from you. Have you ever booked an Azamara cruise? Have you ever sailed on Azamara? Share with us which one, which itinerary. Are you thinking of booking one of these? If you have any questions about Azamara, really any other cruise line, we've been on over 50 cruises. We've been on a number of different cruise lines, from the smallest ships to the largest ships. Be more than happy to help answer any of those. So leave that in the comments below. Or if you've done any other small ship cruising, what other small ship cruise line did you really enjoy? So with that,
We'll see you out there.